myself SM Sharif. Today I will discuss the topic uniform circular motion. Under this topic, the subtopics are introduction, angular displacement, relation between linear and angular displacement, angular velocity, relation between linear and angular velocity, characteristics of uniform circular motion, centripetal acceleration, and some numericals. When an object follows a circular path at constant speed, the motion of the object is called uniform circular motion. This is a motion in circle with constant speed but variable velocity, and acceleration is towards the center. Here the boxes are exhibiting circular motion and the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the radius. All about axis of rotation, box moves with constant speed and direction of velocity is tangential to the path of boxes. So it is also known as tangential speed. Its magnitude is constant but direction changes. The tangential speed depends on distance of the particle from the center, which is near the center. Its linear speed is smaller, or we can say tangential speed is smaller, and which is away to center, its tangential speed is more. So to show this activity, stick a sticker near the center. When it will start rotation, the sticker will cover less distance than the particle which is at the circumference. Velocity is tangent to the wheel. If velocity changes, there must be an acceleration, and the direction of acceleration is perpendicular to the tangential velocity, and it is directed towards the center. So it is also known as centripetal acceleration, because now another subtopic is angular displacement. Angular displacement of an object in a given time interval may be defined as the angle which its position vector sweeps out in that time interval. The angular displacement is denoted by theta or delta theta. Its unit is radian. Now I will find a relation between linear and angular displacement. Suppose the particle at time t1 is at p, and after delta t time it reaches at p1. So we know that angle is equal to arc upon radius. Here arc is s, and it may also considered as linear displacement. So s is equal to r theta. Linear displacement is equal to linear displacement is equal to radius of path into angular displacement. Now what is angular velocity? Angular velocity is the rate of change of Angular velocity is the rate of change of angular displacement. As we know that linear velocity is the rate of change of linear displacement. In the same way, we can define angular velocity, that it is the rate of change of angular displacement. It is denoted by omega, and omega is equal to 2 pi by time period, or it is 2 pi nu, where nu is frequency. Now, relationship between angular velocity and linear velocity. We know that theta is equal to arc upon radius. So if we differentiate it, then we will get d theta by dt is equal to 1 upon r ds by dt. d theta by dt is angular velocity denoted by omega. It is linear velocity, so v is equal to r omega. Now, characteristics of uniform circular motion. First is angular speed of the object is constant. Second, linear velocity of the object has constant magnitude, but its direction keeps on changing continuously. Third is uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion in which acceleration is directed along a radius of the circle and towards center, and angular acceleration of the object is 0, and it is a periodic motion having a definite time period. Now, what is the centripetal acceleration? It is also known as radial acceleration. Centripetal means seeking the center. So, the direction of the centripetal acceleration is towards the center. When a body moves in a circular path, its velocity changes its direction, because velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity, so it depends on direction. It means when direction of velocity is changing, it means it is a accelerated motion, and this acceleration is known as centripetal acceleration, and its direction is towards the center. Due to this acceleration, the particle is changing its direction when it is moving in a circular path. So, we can define centripetal acceleration in another way, that the acceleration in a body when it is under uniform circular motion. Now, the derivation of centripetal acceleration. That a particle is moving along a circular path, it is a center. That particle is at P1 at time t1, and after time interval delta t, it reach at P2. The direction of velocity is given by V1 and V2. V1 and V2 are perpendicular to the radius, and angular displacement is delta theta between these 2 points. So, to find the acceleration, first we have to find the change in velocity. that is V2 minus V1. So to find this V2 minus V1, we will use vector diagram. First we will draw V2 parallel to V2, and then minus V1, it is minus V1, and it is V2, and it is V2 plus minus V1, or it is delta V. Because V2 and V1 are perpendicular to radius, so angle between V2 and V1 is also delta theta. And the magnitude of V2 is equal to V1, that is equal to V. So triangle we name this triangle P1O P2, and it is PQR. Triangle P1O P2 and PQR are similar, and if linear displacement is delta S and it is very small, so this P1 P2 can also be equal to delta S. So PQR and P1O P2 are similar. So ratio of the corresponding side is same. So V upon R is equal to delta V upon delta S. So delta V is equal to V upon R into delta S, dividing both sides by delta T. Now we take the limit delta T tends to 0. Delta V by delta T, it is equal to V by R, limit delta T tends to 0, delta S upon delta T. It will be acceleration and will be the velocity. So acceleration is equal to V square by R. So acceleration is, that is centripetal acceleration, is V square by R, and V is equal to, we know, R omega, where omega is the angular velocity. So AC is equal to R omega whole square by R. We will get omega square R, and omega is also 2 pi by T whole square into R. We will get 4 pi square upon T square R, or it is also equal to 4 pi square N square R, where N is the frequency. Now some numericals. An insect trapped in a circular groove of radius 12 centimeter moves along the groove steadily and completes 7 revolutions in 100 seconds. What is the angular speed? So to find the angular speed, we will use 2 pi by T. So you know 2 into 3.14, and time period 100 by 7. So you will get 2 into 3.14 into 7 upon 100. it will be 0.44 radian per second. And linear speed v is equal to r omega. So here r is 0.12 meter into omega is 0.44, then it will be 0.05 meter per second. And the acceleration vector is a constant. We will find the acceleration. Acceleration is v square by r, and v is 0.05 and it is 0.12. Then acceleration will be 0.20. It will be 0.02 meter per second square. Thus you can do this question. And second numerical, a stone tied to the end of a string 80 centimeter long is reeled in a horizontal circle with constant speed. If the stone makes 14 revolutions in 25 seconds, what is the magnitude and direction of the acceleration of the stone? So you may do this question. We want to find the acceleration. It is the centripetal acceleration and it will be omega square r. You can find omega by 2 pi by t. It will be 2 into 3.14 upon time period 25 by 14. Then you will get 28 into 3.14 upon 25. Then squaring, when you will square it, you will get 3.5. Now you square it. And you will get 12.36. So put this 12.36 multiplied by 0.8 and find the answer. It will be 9.8 meter per second square. Now third question, a cyclist is riding with a speed of 27 km per hour. As he approaches a circular turn on the road of radius 80 meter, its speed is 27 km per hour. He applies brakes and reduces speed at a constant rate of 0.50 meter per second every second. So linear acceleration it may be tangential, denoted by AT, it will be 0.50 meter per second square, because the speed is changing in 1 second, that is 0.50 meter per second. So it will be the acceleration. And we can also find the centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration by v square by r. So it will be 27 into 5 by 18 whole square. Convert 27 km per hour into meter per second upon radius is 80 meter. So you will get 0.70. Now tangential acceleration and centripetal acceleration are perpendicular. So resultant A is equal to root AT square plus AC square, and calculate it. Thank you.